Screen. All right, we are recording. Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for spending your Tuesday evening with me tonight. There's a few of us on the call. So if you've got any questions, go ahead and ask. We'll kind of keep it really informal. I am using the tools from livenaturallytools.com, which I really like. I like their marketing. I like their graphics, and I like what they have to say. So that's what I'm using. There's other tools called Share Success, My Daily Edge as well, and doTERRA has some tools. So yeah, so we'll see how it goes. Hi, Kim. How are you? All right, so let's go ahead and share my screen. Share. All right. Okay. Can everybody see that okay? Give me a thumbs up if you can.
Yeah, I'm good.
Good. Awesome. All right. So for the Business 101 overview, I want to read this little circle, and then I'm going to show a video about hauling, what is a pipeline and what is hauling buckets. And this is a really nice little story from Robert Kiyosaki, because it will show you how our business works. So once upon a time, there was a village that was far away from any water source. Naturally, it was someone's job to walk to the nearest well and haul buckets of water daily. There was no better job security in the whole village. Everyone needed water and was willing to pay, so the demand was high. The man hauling buckets of water seemed to have the perfect job, or did he? If he needed to make more money for his family, he would need to spend more hours, work more hours. If he or his family member got sick, he could not take the time off that he needed. If he didn't work, he didn't get paid. He had job security, yes, but he didn't have the financial or time freedom. Usually, the best solution comes from the hardest problems. The man got creative and decided to change his fate. He hauled buckets daily to pay his bills and provide for the village. In the evening, he sacrificed and began to dig a pipeline. The process took a few years, and he required constant attention, focus, and determined attitude. The reward came the day that the man could turn on the spigot and sell buckets of water to everyone in the village. Now they had colder, fresher, faster, cheaper water. The man created a constant cash flow that would pay him on the holidays and sick days. He created financial freedom and time freedom so he can pursue his dreams. And basically, our doTERRA business is like hauling buckets or creating a pipeline. And creating the pipeline will give us that sustainability and that longevity that we need. And doing small little acts on a daily basis will actually get us to our end goal. And the only way to fail in this business is to quit. So keeping your focus on why you want to build this business, on what you actually want out of this business is really key. So this is a great little 3-minute video. I'm going to go ahead and play from Seth Resume, and I hope you like it.
Back in 1999, I was going to college. I read a book, and it had a very impactful story that stuck with me ever since then. In fact, I was going to school to be a dentist. And when I read this book, I actually changed everything that I was doing and realized that I was actually going to school to haul buckets. Now, what I mean by that is this story. Basically, there's this guy. He lives in a village. The village is a couple miles away from the closest water source. And his job basically was to put a yoke on his back, hitch to 2 different buckets, and he this hike every day. He fills buckets up with water, walk back, and every day, all of his inventory was sold. Everybody wanted what he had. Everybody needed what he had. He had an incredible job security. And if he wanted to make more money, he'd just simply make more trips. He would go back and forth as many times as he could, and every time he went back and forth, he'd make more money. And anyway, that's how he provided for his family. That's how the village got water. Well, another guy sees this and says, man, I want to take advantage of that because that guy's got perfect job security. Everybody needs his product. And so he fashions himself a yoke, puts a couple buckets and starts making trips the same as this other guy. Just like the other guy, everybody needed his product. He's making a good living. But what he ended up doing is, instead of making multiple trips per day, he would basically make one trip, and then he'd take whatever extra time he had and start building a pipeline. I guess you could say he was working full-time on his job and part-time on his fortune. One man was hauling buckets back and forth, making more money than his friend. He works day and night and day. First hauling buckets to make sure his family was taken care of, and then working nights and overtime trying to figure out how to build his pipeline, overcome the concerns that he had to deal with, the rocks in the ground. He spent the time doing that to build his pipe consistently and persistently over time. Well, a few years later, he finally finishes the pipeline, gets it to the village, and eventually turns on a spigot. Now, at this point, everybody in the village can come and get as much water as they want. It's cooler, cleaner, fresher, better than the water he was hauling with buckets, and cheaper. Everybody could get it much more affordably. And he did this. He not only built an actual pipeline that was a pipeline of water, but he also built a financial pipeline, something that would pay him and his family and take care of his needs for the rest of his life. And that's basically what I realized when I was reading this book, going to college. I realized I was going to school to haul buckets. I wasn't building a pipeline, something that would take care of me and allow me to pursue my greater causes and higher purposes in life. I was basically working for money. And so basically what I did from that point on is I changed my career choice. I've always tried to build pipelines. Over the last decade, every business venture I've gone into, I've tried to structure it in such a way. I had a software company recently, a marketing company before that. But every single one of these companies had something in common. It was an attempt to make a pipeline. And some of them were very successful. Some of them were spectacular failures. But either way, my pipeline, what I was trying to do is create this pipeline. Well, as I started building a doTERRA business, when I got introduced to this, I immediately went right back into, okay, this is a pipeline. It's obvious how this is a pipeline. We create a residual income, something that when we're done, we turn on a spigot and we can provide for our family for a long, long time.
Okay. All righty. So let's go ahead and kind of work through some of these different aspects as far as starting a doTERRA business versus starting a traditional business in the industry. And I'm hearing some chatter. So if everybody can just mute themselves, that would be great. And let's see here. I've lost my mouse. So, okay. I don't see the chat box. So if you have a question, we'll kind of save those towards the end then. So why doesn't everybody build a pipeline? If you start a franchise, the average franchise fees is about $250,000, you know, and then you've got anywhere from $20,000 to $750,000. With building, employees, customer service, lawyers, equipment, all of that. So, and then if you start your own small business, 8 out of 10 businesses generally fail in the first 18 months, and 96% of the business fails within the first 10 years. So with network marketing, it's a little different. You've got all the potential benefits, but without all the financial risks. It's very little startup cost. For anybody in doTERRA, they can open up their own business for $35 basically and open a wellness advocate account. doTERRA actually provides the product. It is science-based, it's tested. They've already done the groundwork. They house the inventory. They house all the employees. You know, we don't have to have a customer service department. There's no building that we've got to maintain. We don't really need any employees. This business is very much a relationship business. People don't do business with you unless they know you and trust you. So building that relationship with somebody is vital, because people do business with those that they know, like, and trust. And then you have that residual income back to the pipeline again. And I will show you how you can actually make residual income here with doTERRA. And then, you've got your time freedom. You can set your own hours, which is a good thing, and it's also a bad thing. So you're not accountable to anybody, and yet, you can do these little acts every day to sustain your business and keep it going. So why doTERRA? In network marketing, choosing the right company is everything. And I've been in a few direct sales companies and another multi-level marketing company. And I must say that the culture of doTERRA is far superior than anything that I have encountered or witnessed. And today is actually our 9th birthday. So 9 years ago, our 7 founding founders started doTERRA. We are completely debt-free and with amazing leadership. So, focusing on, wholesale memberships versus retail sales. No inventorying or shipping is required that we have to do. The average retention in a typical network marketing company is about 8% of their actual distributors or people order every 3 months. And then the average retention rate of doTERRA is 65% order with every 3 months. So that alone sets us far ahead of what the national industry is. And not everybody that joins doTERRA is actually in it to build a business. Only 15% actually join to get started to build a business. The other 85% strictly are wholesale customers. They join just for our amazing products, which is pretty amazing, to say the least, because, even if I was not doing this business, I would still purchase our products because what it has done for me, for my overall well-being. So these next couple slides, I'm going to show you 5 ways that you can actually earn money with doTERRA, and they're pretty cool, I think, because the versatility of earning income and the longevity and sustainability is pretty amazing. So the first way to earn money through doTERRA is just retail. You can send them to your website, which is mydoterra.com, and then your name or a company that you've created or a slogan. Mine is mydoterra.com/Deanna Snyder. You, as a wellness advocate, will get the difference between wholesale and retail, which is that 25%, and that is paid on the next month's commission. I generally don't recommend this because it's not a long-term strategy, and it's for that short run. And for me, I would rather have somebody save that 25%, open their own wellness account, and if they choose to share, then you can invite them to be on your team. Another way to earn quick cash, and I like our Fast Start bonus, is this actually earns commission immediately. It's paid on a weekly basis, and it's for the first 60 days of that new enrollee. So if you host a class or if you have one-on-one, and that person purchases a kit or products in those next 60 days, you are actually going to earn 20% of whatever they purchase. And that's based on, your enrollments and their enrollments. So as you see this little circles here, there's you, there's 20%, there's 10%, and 5%. So this is really nice. So as you are building your team, and you're enrolling people. And mind you, the Fast Start is on the first 60 days of their enrollment, not yours. So if you've been in this business for a few months or a few years, you can still earn Fast Start because it's based on the person that you're enrolling. So it's you, so the first person, You enroll somebody and you're going to get 20% of their whatever they purchase in those first 60 days. Now, when they enroll somebody, they're going to get the 20% and you're going to get 10%. And then it goes down even a step further. When their person enrolls somebody, they're going to get the 20%. Then it's going to go, then they're going to get 10%, and then you will get 5%. So it pays 3 levels up in those first 60 days. And that's 20%, 10%, and 5% of whatever they order in those 60 days. And like I said, that is paid on a weekly basis, and it's generally every Thursday it will hit your bank account. And for those of you that are just starting to build your business and you haven't filled out a direct deposit form, you will go on to doTERRA.com under forms, download that piece of paper, and then you'll get a direct deposit into your bank account. And I think it's only 50 cents that they charge to do that, opposed to like $1 or $2, and then it is mailed. So number one, you're going to get more of your Fast Start bonus back because they're only going to take 50 cents out, and then you're going to get it immediately in direct deposit, which is nice. So the third way to earn money with doTERRA is our Power of 3. Now this is paid on a monthly structure, and your overall team volume, you and 3 other or 4 other people, needs to be at least 600 in volume. So I like to say you find 3 friends or 4 friends. I like to do the Power of 4 just in case somebody doesn't do their 100. So if you get 3 or 4 people doing their monthly volume of 100, 120, 150, something along in there to get your team value of 600, you are actually going to earn $50 in cash on that monthly commission for that month. So if you have those 3 friends or 4 friends and you've helped them find 3, if you see that second level there, so each of your 3 friends have now found 3 friends, so there's 9 more people on your team. You're actually going to get a bonus of $250 for that next month. And if you take it just a step further, those 3 people finding their 3 people, and so on, as you can see, then there's about 27 in your organization, and you will earn $1,500 for that Power of 3. So it is very lucrative in that respect. So you've got your Fast Start bonus and your Power of 3. And in order to earn commission with the doTERRA company, you yourself have to do 100 points in LRP volume on a monthly basis. So if your template changes and it drops below 100 that month and you enrolled a bunch of people, or you had your Power of 3 and you're at 99, you will not receive a commission for that month. Commissions are always paid around the 15th of the month. They start pulling them around the 13th, and they're usually in your bank by the 17th or 18th of the month. So the Power of 3 is another way of sharing what you like with some family and friends and business partners, and having them do the same and just duplicating. So it's a very easy duplication process. So the next way to earn money with doTERRA is our Uni Level, which is based on a fair business model, and you have the opportunity to reach the highest level of earning potential. And this is based on a 65% retention plan, so this is pretty good. And as you can see, this is based on 150 points per average. And so on that 61st day, so after your Fast Start bonuses have gone, that following month, you will start earning Uni Level commission. And as you go down based on rank, and also based on where you are, you will be able to earn level 1, 2%, level 2 is 3%, level 3 is 5%, level 4 is a 5% yield, level level 5 is a 6%, I'm sorry. Level 6 is a 6%, and level 7 is a 7%. And most of your organization, excuse me, is going to be in that 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 range, because as you build your team out, this not only helps you promote to help work with people within your organization, and it also helps, gives you the most money, because most typical plans in multi-level marketing, the most income is usually up at the top, and then that does not promote people to help other team members as you build out your organization. So I really like the way they structure that. And for me, coming place of service, I think that is a wonderful benefit, because you know, I enjoy helping others succeed, and it's a wonderful plan. So they just announced, well, we've had leadership bonus pools before, so this is the 4th way of making, actually the 5th way of earning income through doTERRA is our leadership bonus pools. And I'm not going to spend a lot of time on here, but you can see where this kind of gets pretty cool. So doTERRA takes, so if we did, like, say, $1 million in sales, which is very easily done with doTERRA on a monthly basis, several millions of dollars. So they take 1% of that million, and then they divide it up between all the premiers and all the silvers for a 1% share. And with that premier share or silver share, you are required to have had enrolled one person with 100 points for that personal volume in order to get this additional bonus, leadership bonus share. So for all the silvers and golds and platinums, they share with that 2% leadership pool. So silvers roughly make about 150, gold's about 750, platinum's about 1500. And then the diamond pools take another 4% of that share of pure volume. And those bonus pools are on average of anywhere from $4,000 to $35,000. So as we rank out and as we talk more about it with each of our business plans and stuff, we'll go over that more. But leadership bonus pool is pretty cool. So here are the different ranks with doTERRA. And I'll just go to this next slide here where you can see. So where do you guys see yourself? Where do you want to be in the doTERRA ranks? So it usually takes about 1 to 2 months to hit an executive rank, which is having you and your team at an overall of 2,000 in monthly overall volume. And your average income around that time is about $100 or so. Now, as you move up the rank, so does your income level. So an elite, and that's everybody's goal, is to hit elite, which is at 3,000 overall volume. And your average monthly income is about 300. And if you're doing everything that you need to do, it'll take you about 3 months to generally get there. Now, Premier, now this is where those leadership bonus pools start. So if you are Premier, you are eligible to have that 1% bonus pool, which is about $200 added to your monthly check. And a Premier is actually having 2 executives on your team that have, so 2 people at 2,000. And your monthly income is roughly around $1,000 or so. And it takes about 6 months or so to get there. The next one is silver. Now, this is where you are showing and sharing others to become an elite. And they average income about $2,300. The next one is gold. And that average monthly income is about $4,600, and gold is actually having 3 premiers. So as you see, as your team is growing, you know, from elite to premier to silver, you then are ranking as well. The next one is platinum. Platinum actually has 3 silvers, and that average income is about $8,700. The next one is diamond, and diamond has 4 silvers, and that average monthly income is about $1,600. And depending on how you are structured and how everything falls, this is average. It could be lower. It could be much, much higher. So blue diamond is 5 golds, and presidential diamond is having 6 platinums. And it takes about 72 months of full speed ahead going towards that. So where are you in your doTERRA business, and what do you want to do? And this is where I come in to help support you. Are you somebody that just wants to use the product? I'd love to host a class, but I'm not interested in earning some income. So that's where we would come in, and you would talk to your team and say, great, I'm happy to support you. Would you be willing to host a class for your friends? And that helps you as far as grow your circle of influence and help reach out to others and expose the doTERRA difference with them. Level 1 would be, do you want to spend about 5 to 10 hours committed to it? Would you love to give to all the free products of the month? And that average income is about $300 to $500. This is where you are committing to do 125 point order every month. You will support your enrollments and help educate them in your sphere of influence, and then you will teach 1 to 2 classes a month. Level 2, this is about a 10 to 20 hour commitment. Average monthly income is about $2,000. You'll start doing that 125 point order of LRP every month. You will help educate and train your enrollments. You will support your users and builders, and then you'll teach about 3 or more classes a month. And then, of course, do you want to replace your income? And so this one here is the same requirements, again, with having the 125 points per month. You'll help educate and train and mentor your enrollees. You'll help, you'll do your personal development with daily habits, and we'll go over that, what those are. And then you'll focus on attracting strong builders into your organization, so then you are duplicated, and you'll teach about 5 or so classes a month. And that's about a 20 to 40 hour commitment. And at this time, you're pretty much full time, and your average income is about $10,000. So why do you want to do doTERRA? And this is something that I meet with my builders, and we can create a vision board, and what is your why? And they always say that your why should make you cry, as far as why are you building this business? Why are you stepping out of your comfort zone? Why are you talking to those people that are quote on your chicken list? What do you want out of doTERRA? Why do you do doTERRA? Is it for financial freedom? Is it to get your husband home? Is it to get, you out of a job that you don't like anymore? Is it to help create a nonprofit organization or a special foundation that you've always wanted? So I encourage all of you to take that time and to fight down and to write down what your why is. And then, of course, what are your 30-day goals? What rank do you want to accomplish? What do you want to do in 30 days? What do you want to do in the 90-day goals? And then this is where we're going to get together, and we're going to have more of a one-on-one conversation, and we're going to talk about strategic on how you can get there, because different ranks require different amounts of effort and different strategic planning on how many classes that you need to hold and how many people that need to be there. So what I always like to do, if you really want to get started on this wholeheartedly, is schedule 4 classes with your mentor or upline within the first week. And then you usually like a Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. You might want to do a Monday, you know, give 4 dates, with 4 different times, because people aren't going to be able to come to, you know, any class, you know, a specific class. So you want to give them a variety of times and options. And then you want to invite at least 100 people 2 weeks prior to the class. You know, if you can sample these people, that would be great, because you want to give them an experience for them to learn to use the essential oil. And then when they hear the information, chances are that they will enroll and want to get started is even better. You want to contact everyone 1 week prior to your class to find out who's coming. And there are sample scripts that I can share with you. One of them is, I'm so excited about my essential oil class next week. Just wanted to see what day you're planning to attend. You know, that's if you've got multiple dates and multiple times. And then you always want to send them a text reminder on the day of the class, like, you know, an hour or two before, like many that I have done with you guys tonight, you know, just to kind of give them a reminder. You know, you may just want to say, if they're coming over and you've got parking restrictions, or it's okay to park in the driveway, I can't wait to see you. Just that one little touch point again to let them know that you're thinking of them, and you can't wait to see them. You know, because life does get busy. You know, you have all good intention of going, and then something happens at the house, or you just completely forget about it. But if you got those text reminders, then it kind of jogs your memory. Oh yeah, that's tonight. Oh, I can't wait to go. And then and to create your momentum and to continue to build your momentum, you know, you want to do your best to book classes from classes. So this is where you'll do entry forms, drawings, advertise what you give to your hosts. I like to give some body butter, or a lotion, or sometimes you can get an inexpensive diffuser, or cash in some of your LRP points. So we can sit and talk and figure out what would be great for you to give your host. And then, you know, prepare to teach the classes. You know, what I like to do with my new builders and sharers is I like to teach that first class, and then the second class, the person will teach half and I'll teach half. And then the third class, they'll teach the other half, I'll teach the other half, and then the fourth class, they can go solo. Now, not always do we get to the 4 classes, because usually on the first or second class, you know, they're like, I got this, no worries. You know, I'll be there in the background to add support and encouragement. But a lot of times, you know, people will just take it and run. You know, you put your own spin on it. So these are the daily activities for success on what keeps me in check, and on how I am consistent through my business. So every day I ask myself these questions. What will I read, listen, or watch that will develop me personally? And usually about 15 minutes I'll spend reading from a book, a self-improvement book, reading or watching a motivational YouTube video, something along those lines, that will help feed me with positive information that will help me grow as a person. The next one, excuse me. Oh, I got a tickle. The next one is, who will I talk to about oils for the first time today? So this is where you would go back to your list that you made with all the people that you wrote your names down on. And who will I talk to? How will I reach out to them? In an email, a text, a phone call, or someone that you actually meet when you're out and about. Third question is, who has been to a class that needs follow-up? Because as you start doing classes, you will collect these little sheets, and you know, not everybody will enroll, and then you can follow up with those people that have not enrolled. And then how will I support my oil users today? So those that are not building the business, but that are actually being a consumer. And, you know, you might want to reach out to them and find out how their oil experience is going, and how you can be support by either giving them a recipe or giving them a DIY, or just, you know, chatting and making that relationship even stronger. And then 5 is how will I support my class host today? So if you've got any classes that are going on that that are, you know, on your books, you know, touch base with that hostess and find out what you can do to serve her to make her class be very successful. And then how will you support your business builders today? You know, are you mentoring them on a weekly basis? Are you mentoring them on a monthly basis? Or are you just calling them to chat and say hi? You know, you will have your builders be your best friends if they are not already. I know I'm building this with one of my besties, and just having a great time with several friends that on my team that I wouldn't want it any other way. So weekly, you know, are you attending your team mentor call? Franny, our upline diamond, has weekly fireside chats that if you don't have that information, I can definitely get it to you. She does record them, so if you're unable to get them live, you can actually see the recording. Those are nice to plug into, and currently those are on every Monday nights. And then are you teaching, you know, on a weekly basis, 1 to 3 classes? And then monthly, you know, attending a live event. I know doTERRA is coming to Orlando a lot lately, and we have been so blessed by the corporate presence that anytime there's a live event in your area or near your area, you know, do anything you can to get to those events, because they are monumental and will change the way you look and feel for this company. And then are you teaching, you know, 3 to 10 classes a month? So tips for success is to complete 2 out of 4, you know, between 2 and 4 of the daily activities every day. You know, slow and steady growth is great. There is a great book by, I think it's Joel Olson. It's called The Slight Edge. The author is escaping me right now, but The Slight Edge is a great book for you to do those slow and consistent things. You know, also be positive. You know, positive people attract positive things. You know, and keep it simple. Simple daily disciplines repeat consistently over time will make all the difference. So we went over that. And that. And then, you know, here is a great list where you can write your names and find out when they're actually attending your class, as far as if you've got those 4 in a row, or if they're going to be attending your class, you know, whatever that, you know, you schedule. And if you need any like memory joggers, or, you know, think about your family members, your friends, your neighbors, associates, you know, church clubs, schools, coworkers, you know, who cuts your hair, who do you bank with, who's your kid's soccer person, you know, just life in general, you know, write those names down, and you can always keep that momentum going by always having constant growing list. So these are the actual website that I get my tools from, is livenaturallytools.com, which is a great resource for certain, you know, like having this builder's guide. And then when you enroll somebody new, you want to sit down with them and do what's called a membership overview. And this is where you and they get together and you find out where their needs are and you introduce them to the products. Now, I do like, I'm going to go ahead and unmute people, or if you want to ask questions, and you can unmute yourself. But I do like, I'm looking for my live guide as well. Let's see, where is it? My live brochure is a great brochure that I like using when I am with a one-on-one wellness consult because it's really good. It showcases our products, and it also helps with you know, giving somebody an idea of what to use. Because a lot of times essential oils are very new to them, and then, you know, introducing our products is also very new to them as well. So this gives them that idea. And here it is. Here's the Live Guide. I'm going to go ahead and share this screen with you guys. Let's see, where is it? Where's the share? Okie dokie. Share screen. All right, I'm just going to share my desktop. All right, close all this stuff out. All right, so here's the actual Live Guide, and cancel that here. You can actually get it as a PDF on the sharesuccess.com, or you can purchase it. It's like $9 for a packet, 10 or 20, I forget. But this will stair-step them through as far as, you know, going over, you know, the proactive, the stair-step guide. It gives them ideas on how to start their day, healthy exercise, using our Slim and Sassy, our Deep Blue, or Mito2 Max for energy. Gives you some information on our Trim Shake. So all of these here is pretty nice resource for them. So I'm going to go ahead and open it up for questions, because you guys can look at this. I can always send you the PDF as well. If you have any specific questions, you can write them in the chat if you want to. And then that way, if you don't want to speak out loud, you don't have to. I can read your question. But this is a great guide. I do have an email series that with anybody that if you enroll and you want me to help you mentor them as far as educate them on the essential oils and how to use it, just let me know and I will put them on my email lists. I'm in the process of using a really great company that does really nice emails, and they're very informative, and they're also highly educational as well. So does anybody have any specific questions as far as building or enrolling somebody new? You know, I want this to be informative for you. So. And if you don't want to speak out loud, you can always type it in the chat box. You guys are quiet. Okay, well then I will go ahead and I will stop the recording. What did you do?